Do you ever wonder how businesses store all their information on the customers, as well as how they're able to sort through all their information so quickly? Much of this information is stored in a database, which is what I will be talking about today. Today I'm going to talk about these two topics, data modeling and database, specifically relational databases. And I will talk about an overview of data modeling and as well as a relational database. So data modeling. Data modeling is more or less the organization of information so it can be read and put into a database. Each database has different requirements for it that need to be took into consideration when being created. Data models more or less have three stages when being created: conceptual, logical, and physical. The conceptual stage of the model is basically organizing the data for the rest of the model. It determines what types of relationships will be shown, as well as defines the requirements set by the end users. The logical stage of the model shows the structure of the information and is sometimes grouped into the conceptual stage. The physical stage gives more technical specifications, like the means to implement it into the new system, along with the specific specs of the system. Along with those three stages, there are also two types of approaches that can be taken when creating a data model. One of them is the bottom-up approach, which involves the reconstruction or tweaking of an older database to meet the requirements of the new one, and a top-down method, which involves creating a more specific data model that can be made to meet specific requirements by the database system. All right, going on to the specific databases. As touched on previously, a database is a collection of information organized in such a way that it can be easily accessed by the computer program. Today I'll be focusing specifically on the relational type of database. As you can tell by the name, a relational database stores data by how it is related. Relational databases are one of the most common types of databases and are written in structured query language, or SQL, which is the standard database language that makes interoperability possible. The main difference between relational databases and the other types is that they store the information in tables, making it easier to access overall. Within the tables, there are columns and rows that all consist of related information. The columns in each table act as a field for the information, for example, the age or address of the customer, and the rows in the table hold the actual data for that term. The typical table can have anywhere from 10 to 1,000, or the typical data base can have anywhere from 10 to 1,000 tables. And why is this important? One big advantage that the relational database has is that changes can be made to it without ruining the relationships already in place in that system. This proves important for the recent boom in big data, because with big data there's always new and extra data being gathered every day. So in review, I talked about the data modeling process as well as the database, specifically relational database. And thanks for listening. And just remember, sometimes when you're searching for someone's name or address where you work, you are most likely using a database. Thank you.